Hey guys, this is Wylker, and this is my Let's Play series. Welcome back. I'm not real happy about how my auto processing facility was going down here. So we're going to try redoing the whole thing using just applied energistics. I still like logistics for the initial processing of resources, but instead of the whole trying to pass it back and forth down here, I've gone ahead and set up an area that I hope will let me use just the ME processing. You can see I laid a bunch of basalt cobblestone down there. I want this to look cool. And then I'm going to end up covering it with this blue glass from Minecraft Reloaded. But what I did was I ran my fiber optic cable all the way down that side. All the way behind those machines is power conduit. You notice each one of these machines is being powered by a redstone signal. I've got transformer upgrades in all my low voltage machines. So what we want to do here is a couple of things. First, let's start off with the TE side because it's a little easier to do. Remember, I've got an ME interface under there that allows it to make pulverized obsidian, and then to get the items back out of there. Let's see. Don't need these right now. We have to run a import bus. See that? And we have to run it off of the blank face of the machine. And then we've got like our magma crucible. And the magma crucible is one that we actually want to stick an export bus onto, right? Look at that. And then it helps us output to our liquid transposer. So we need another import bus on that. And then we're going to repeat this setup over here. And then what we need to do is from our supply system here, we need to get a redstone. And we need to get a ender pearl. By the way, I enchanted my diamond drill. It's got fortune, unbreaking, and efficiency. Maybe not the best possible enchants, but I didn't know if it would work. I did that using Books of Enchantment and Amebiss's Liquid XP mod. That's why it's glowing, if anyone's wondering. So let's see. This one, our magma crucible gets, oops, let's get our stuff out. So our magma crucible gets our redstone, and our other magma crucible gets ender pearls. And you can see that their inventories are full, so they're not going to fill back up. But if I were to say, like, pull some of these out of here, see that? It's just going to fill it back up. All right, let's see. And then over here, we've got a pulverizer. And this pulverizer, okay, so this pulverizer was for our ferrous and lead processing. So let's see if we have any ores left. And I don't think we do because I'm not running the quarries right now. Yeah, that's a bummer. So I'm gonna have to come back and fix that in a minute. And then this induction smelter was for hardened glass, so it will get an import bus. Okay, now these are a little bit more complicated. So what we've got over here is railcraft stuff for making our plates and our rails. So we're gonna need what? Some iron. What kind of plates do we make? We make iron plate and steel plate. So let's get 4 steel, 4 iron. Oops. I don't remember why we had 4 of these machines actually. It was definitely for a purpose. So for this guy, We're going to put our 4 steel in there. We're going to put our 4 iron in here. And you notice I've got the ME interfaces below them, but I haven't programmed them. So we got to do that. So we need, I know one of them was rails. So I don't remember the recipe for rails. Basic rails. Oh, just 8 iron. That's easy. What the heck? I wonder what was that other recipe? Oh, that's not what I wanted to click. Okay, let's try this again. What was that other recipe wanted in here? Maybe... There's our plates. I can't imagine it was 10. I really just don't know. So I will feed it those 2 recipes and the rail recipe for now. So let's get, wow, button issues. All right, let's get some of this made. But anyway, so the way this is going to work is I'm going to feed the pattern into the ME interface on the bottom. And then I'm going to... I wonder if I can export it from the top. If I can, I can move these closer together. I'm going to have to test that. So let's see how this goes. So let's stick that on there for now, right? And then let's go teach this thing. That was steel, right? I know that works for the unsided inventories of the thermal expansion machines, but while we're up here, let's get one of these. Let's get one of these. And let's get 3 of these. All right, good. So we can do one like this. That's not gonna let me do that unless, hopefully, oops, wow. Yay, I have standard rails. Oh, that must have been the other one he was making was advanced rails. So let's see, what's the recipe for that? Gold, redstone, and standard rails, no problem. So standard rail, gold. I want to have some redstone on me. And we can get a 4th blank pattern. Can't wait for the 1.5 release where you can pump blank patterns into this block so that it's a little easier to, you know. All right, and then let's double check this. We get 8 for this, and that's important because you want the machine to know what you're shooting for. Gold. Oh, I was rude. Did you guys see that? Rude, rude, rude. All right, and this gives us 8 of these. So we got that one. Got this one, which I think also gives 8. Yeah. That's fun. It's raining. All right. Got that one done. And then this one. Tell you what. Wow. So now, what I have to do is come down here and come over here and do that. Hey, that worked. Super. Okay, so we can move these over, which is nice. Great. Let's go finish cooking our recipes up. And I almost forgot we're actually going to need all these recipes for the machine also. All right, I'm going to cut for just a minute and finish teaching all these recipes and wait for this thunderstorm to go away. So I will be right back. All right, guys, I'm back. And I've done quite a bit of work on this system. And I want to show you how it works. So I moved my ender chest and my tesseract down here. And this is just a reproduction of my basic processing system that I had upstairs. So you'll see it starts off with, well, I don't have them really in the best order, I guess, but starts off with these macerators, and they just have my item sink and extractors in them. Same deal as what I did down there. I just have the redstone torches keeping them on. Over here are the two induction furnaces. I doubled the macerator in the induction furnaces, so I have two of each now. So, you know, items come in into the sorter, and they get processed here. Here's the three recyclers. I do need to go and run and grab my overclocker. Oh, here, we can do that right now while I'm waiting. Oops. I thought we had 12 of those. It's weird. I'm gonna go make some more of those. So then this is where things get a little bit interesting. So right here you'll see is a ME interface, okay? And then I have in the top of it, just like I did upstairs, my default route from my LP system. And then over here is a provider. So that's very similar to what we had going on upstairs, except down here I was able to put both pipes onto the same ME provider. Then you'll see it snakes around back here and connects into my ME system. And then the ME system connects, get rid of this for a minute. See there, it just kind of goes underneath where my crafting assembly bay is, assembler chamber. So then, let me show you exactly what's going on over here. Underneath all of the thermal expansion machines, I have either cable or an ME interface. In this case, I have an ME interface. It makes pulverized obsidian. Okay. And then in order to function with the export buses, it has to have a blank face on whichever, an uncolored face, not a blank face, but an uncolored face on whatever side you have the import bus configured up to. So then you'll see next to it here is, so I can actually click this machine or not. No, it's not gonna let me. So next to it, oh, here we go, is my magma crucible, right? And then remember, we want to export ender pearls to that. Then next to that, we have our import bus because it's going to be pulling out of the top of the liquid transposer to help us make tesseracts. And then we repeat the process over here. So down there's a magma crucible. It has the export bus hooked up to it. Down here we've got another pulverizer, and this pulverizer is hooked up to process our ferrous and lead ores. So it has a, oh look here, I screwed that up. See that? It has an import bus dropping into it, and then let's see what it did below there. Did I actually hook an export bus up to it? Because that's what it should have. Ah, I did not. I'm gonna grab that and get us an export bus. Ah, that's the wrong thing anyway. Look at that. I need an import bus, right? Because I want it to go back into my system. So let's try that again. Come on, import bus. Right. All right, good. And then just like I said, we have to make sure that that face is uncolored like that. That'll be able to get the items out. So let's fix the little mess we made here. Looks good, right? And then pull our blocks back in. Awesome. Okay, so yeah, that pulverizer is for processing lead and ferrous ore. Then over here we have our induction smelter, and again it has a recipe underneath it, then an import bus. And so you gotta fix these because I did not have these set up right. All right. Then over here we have rolling machines, and that's what I was working on earlier. So we have one for steel, one for iron, one for regular rails, and one for advanced rails. And then we've got some interesting stuff going on over here on the IC2 machines. So I'll show you. The first one is an induction furnace, and this is my overflow induction furnace. So any of these dust or pulverized things or aluminum that ends up in the ME system will get re-pushed out to this induction furnace. And you'll notice on the backs of all these IC2 machines, I once again have the import buses. Oh, see, look, I missed one right there too. Look at that. Glad you guys are here keeping track of this for me. So let's grab another import bus. We're getting low on them. It's a late night here, guys, man. Gotta quit staying up so late playing Minecraft. All right. So we're gonna break that. We're gonna toss that on there. Ta-da! Okay. And that, by the way, is my overflow. Oh, wow. Actually, I have an extra macerator set up down here. Interesting. I wonder if I'm forgetting about something with this macerator. Well, I guess I'll figure it out later. So anyway. You'll also notice I have these emitters set up here because what I've got going on in a couple of these is, for example, this export bus is designed to convert oak into charcoal, but it's only going to turn on if my charcoal supply falls below 25,000. Okay? This one is set up to convert quartz dust into silicone, but again, it is only, wait, what's going on here? It's only going to activate if my silicone falls below 240. The next one is designed to turn iron ingots into refined iron. And again, it'll only activate if my iron ingot, or if my refined iron falls below 250. So essentially what these do is maintain minimum levels of supplies into my system. Oh, here's what I did. Okay. That's why I had an extra. Look at that. I missed. That's okay. We can fix it. So that emitter is supposed to be aimed at the top of this guy here. Like that, right? Mm-hmm. And then this... I see I have it dropping coal in there, and that's obviously not going to work. Okay, so I need to replace this one. Uh-oh. How did I end up with ME cable? Did I break something I didn't mean to break? I don't know. Doesn't look like it. All this stuff looks like it's getting power. Oh, that was from earlier when I replaced the... okay. Got it. So... this macerator is the one that's supposed to be getting coal And so I need to, in order to teach this, I need to get coal. This works out good. You guys can see me set one of these up. And a coal dust, not charcoal dust, coal dust. All right. So on the export bus, I'm going to change this to active with signal, which means it requires a signal to activate. Over here, I'm going to switch the ME level emitter to emit when levels are below a limit. Okay. And then, oops. Let's get our coal and our charcoal, or our coal and our coal dust. So I'm going to program it with coal dust, but I want to keep 240 coal in stock, or coal dust. So you'll see now it will emit when levels are below 240. Now if I were to put, look, see, it's not on. Now if I were to put this at 200 and something crazy like that, see, the emitter comes on, bam. But we don't need that much coal dust. So it's going to monitor it for 240, and as soon as the signal comes on, it will begin pumping coal into this rotary macerator. Make sense? So it will maintain a level of at least 240 coal dust in my system at all times. Then I've got some other ones here. Like I have a compressor set up to build my basic and advanced ME processors. I have another one set up to make my my carbon plates. I'm sorry, I said compressor, I meant furnace. I have another compressor set up here to squish uranium for me and do coal balls for our solar farms. And then the reason this guy was here was for rubber trees. I don't have any rubber tree wood on me, so I'm gonna have to gosh, I guess program that later if I remember. I think we're pretty much done farming rubber, so. But anyway, that is my auto processing system. I'm happy with it. I think it worked out. It came out really well. I'm glad I went ahead and covered everything in those basalt bricks. I'm going to end up doing that for this whole hallway, give this hallway kind of a neat look to it. And it ended up being pretty compact. You know, we have some room left down there for some BuildCraft machines. You know, we may want to put a, as a matter of fact, I'm sure I'm going to end up wanting to put a bottler down there. But for now, what we have is a real nice, compact, out-of-the-way setup that will process all of our ores and keep a bunch of minimum supplies of, gosh darn, keep a bunch of minimum, hey, now I magically have over 12 overclockers. How did that happen? Okay, I don't know. But I definitely want these to all have overclockers in them. I'm probably going to want to end up putting some more overclockers in these macerators too, but not a big deal for now, I don't think. And that's it. So here's our little crafting hallway. Here's our entrance back over into our farming area. And this came out cool. I'm really pleased with it. Yeah. I think that's about it. I'm trying to keep these episodes a little bit shorter, so I appreciate you guys. Thanks so much. I'll see you next time.